Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I am Micheal Petrow, your host. This week, it's a debate. Dun, 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 dun. We're back in the saddle. Martin Navvaro, live from Vancouver, coming in perfectly clear this time. We finally figured out that last episode we did where he sounded like he sucked back too much helium. That will never fucking happen again, I promise. Guy sounds like he's in the next room on this episode. So Martin Navvaro, Jimmy Skinner, and Rob Strachan and myself, we formed a debate all about 2020's theme, COVID. We thought, what if we had to quarantine? How do you make it fun, right? You're stuck at home. First week's probably going to suck, but your second week, you're going to be bored out of your fucking skull. So how do you make it better? Well, we decided, let's form a debate. Who would you rather be forced to quarantine with? Only horror characters. So we threw a bunch of classic horror characters into a bucket. I drew names. We didn't get to pick them this time. This was all by chance. So we argued why it would be great to have to live with said horror character for 2 weeks. What are the pluses? What are the minuses? What do you got to watch out for? What kind of days are you going to have? What's it like being roomies with these assholes or nice people, depending on how you view your horror characters? Anyways, without giving it away, that is the premise of the show. Second, some behind-the-scenes stuff here. TheRealDebaters.ca. I'm so fucking excited I get to say that. You can now search all things Real Debaters related to TheRealDebaters.ca. We've got our website there. We're going to be adding a blog. We've got some cast member bios there. Everything that you used to find for The Real Debaters, if you went to our website, that was on Podbean, is now gone. We are 100% committed to hosting on Podiant. Lovely site, lovely people to deal with. Shout out to you guys. I've sent too many emails about how do I do this and what do I do with that. So that is all taken care of and done with. So no more shitty sounds coming out of Martin's phone. And TheRealDebaters.ca. Easy to remember. You can buy all of our merch there. Like I said, you can check out who we are. There's pictures of us there right now. Excuse the spelling. I'm still working on some things. Besides that, that's where you can find all things Real Debaters. You can still follow us on social media too, Instagram and Twitter, Real Debaters. Yeah. Oh, live podcasting events can't happen anymore until we get COVID dealt with in Manitoba, or at least down to a more tolerable level. So any live events at the Park Theater, we are a little crushed because we were enjoying those and kind of figuring out how to perfect that series for you guys. So we'll let you know when that changes and when we can go back to being in the theater there. So shout out to Corey and Trevor. Thank you for making a home for us there. That was amazing. We will see you again soon. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. You got the new website info. You got the episode. You got no more live events from us. Wah, wah. So I'll just cue the reel and you enjoy the show.
Sometimes like the words on the back are like washed off at that point, like they're just faded out.
Yeah.
So and no matter what I do, I'll put it on backwards.
You know what I would do is I would eat a really messy sandwich and to get a stain specifically on the front side, so then you always have a point of reference.
Oh, I can't.
Like
wear
just one
white.
of those light stains. Like not super in your face.
What's a light stain?
Like you know, like it's like a mayo stain, so it's almost like a grease stain. So it's
that's
like
a gross stain, though. I would rather have like red or like a ketchup or something. It's the worst stain. Everyone's gonna ask.
It looks like a semen stain, like
right?
a cum stain.
Well,
Yes.
Like Bill Clinton's cum stain.
Yeah, totally. It's called the Monica Lewinsky.
Oh God. I can't wear white.
Are you recording this? Because this has been
yes.
fucking gold.
What did I tell you last time when you asked me if I was recording this?
Well, sometimes I haven't seen you hit the button. Maybe you need to add a sound effect that when you start recording, it goes ta-da or something like that. So we're aware. But maybe that'll we'll lose some magic.
I can't wear white because I drink chocolate milk and I spill.
We're still talking about
Well, you could just, you know what? You go into Burger King and take a whole bunch of those free bibs they have. So you have like a.
Do they still offer those?
Oh,
that's
fuck.
the only
Oh,
place
for
that
sure.
does that. Like McDonald's.
McDonald's
used to.
has that shit too,
They
man.
do?
Oh,
I thought they
fuck.
got, because I remember like the
No,
tray
man.
bibs and then the.
No, they got the bibs still.
Wow.
I have a picture of me and Tony Scarcella eating, like really fucking drunk, eating burgers, both wearing bibs and like We weren't wearing crowns because we weren't at BK. We were at McDonald's. Yeah.
If you were wearing crowns.
If we'd been wearing crowns and bibs
At
and
McDonald's.
attempting to eat Whoppers at McDonald's, everyone would have been like, why the fuck are these guys here with BK? Well, it's because we came from McFlurries, obviously.
Would they let you stay if you bought something at McDonald's?
McDonald's is a dessert place.
Oh, shit. Well, could you eat
The fine dining at Burger King and the dessert as at McDonald's.
Do you guys want to hear a funny?
Appetizers at KFC.
Do you guys want to hear a funny story about BK? So apparently they've been pushing Michelin to come and do a review because they want to see if they can get a Michelin star.
You're shitting.
Damn.
One of the BKs in Europe.
Wait, what?
It's a B.
The King's getting bold.
Some BK in Belgium, like pestered Michelin until they actually came to do a review because they were insistent that they deserved a Michelin star.
Okay. If that's what they want to do. I don't know if they're going to
We have chicken fingers. We have chicken fries.
We deserve a star.
The last time I
They got
checked,
really good milkshakes at BK. And matzo sticks.
The
Matzo
burger,
sticks are dope there.
the Whopper's not as good as it was back in like the late 90s, though.
no, every fast food
No.
burger has gone down drastically.
I
It's
would
gotten-
disagree. McDonald's cheeseburgers taste the exact same as they did when I was a kid.
They haven't fucked with.
I don't
the,
like the bread.
neat.
The new bread at McDonald's isn't great.
They haven't fucked with the
I still eat it.
recipe. They've just fucked with the size. Price has gone up, size has gone down. But a cheeseburger still tastes like a cheeseburger when I was a kid.
Well, McDonald's has like a smell and a taste to it. Everything has a similar kind of taste.
It's the lab, Rob. It's what the lab tastes
And
like.
Michael makes everyone smell it at the
It's
movie
Ronald
theaters.
McDonald's semen,
That's
obviously.
very true. That's very true.
They
Jimmy.
moved away from Ron. Like in all the fun burger-related mascots.
Rotten
They just-
Ronnie's.
Yeah.
He's there still.
He's
I think
walking
they
the
should have. They
mechanic.
should have all. They should go all Grimace all the time.
Just really, yeah, give Grimace a push.
I want to.
I like the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
I want to go back to something that Rob said
I was
here.
I was envisioning the Hamburglar like jerking off in the corner though. He seems like a public masturbator.
Well, he's like the Cookie Monster. He's an addict, right?
Oh, he's totally is. I love that Family Guy where he's like
This started off.
cooking the fucking toad. He's like, stop looking at me. Anyway, sorry.
This started off with something I was like, oh, Michelin star, and now we're talking about jerking off in a corner, which is fine. I mean, I don't care how we get there, but don't you need food to be to qualify? Like, don't you need to actually have a product that is not?
Don't you need
Well, the lettuce
food?
and tomatoes would be considered actual food.
Yeah, but when it comes in a bag, it stops being food and
Well,
starts being
that's-
fast food.
See, that's interesting
Like-
because in Ireland, the FDA or whatever they call it there, just decided that Subway's bread isn't bread.
Yes.
Like it's
I
too,
read about
you
that.
may have seen this.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
there's
because
too
the
much
the sugar
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
is too high or
So
something.
that's neat.
That's very neat. It's
Well-
it's 11 inches and not bread.
So it's probably worse here.
So the McDonald's in Denmark doesn't have any of the preservatives that it does in North America.
Oh.
And McDonald's explanation behind why they have the preservatives is they say, well, it's because we need to increase the shelf life. Well, I would challenge that, being someone that worked at McDonald's for 4 years when I was in my teens. Nothing fucking stays in that building long enough. Like, nothing stays in that building longer than 3 weeks. So why the fuck does any of it need preservatives? The answer is it
interesting.
doesn't, because everything just rotates so quickly, and there's just a continuous flow of McDonald's shit coming in all the time. They could just make it non-preservative. So I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
As he sits there with a McCafe in his hand.
That's right. And I ate a fucking cheeseburger too.
I eat it far too much, and I'm not going to stop.
I think all four of us can. No, I'm not going to stop either. There's no way I'm going to stop.
I'm loving being skinny fat. I'm loving it.
Dude,
Right?
that
Like,
app
that's
is
my
the
whole
best.
life.
Oh, we know about your app addiction.
The app is the best.
It's
For the listeners at home, if you don't know, Martin has a serious McDonald's app addiction, but it's okay. We all have a problem.
We respect that.
But
We
we're not gonna
respect it.
stop.
We
Do
respect
you
it.
do you get way more flash deals, Martin? Is that why it's so hard? Because I would imagine like you make your mind up to go to
Free
McDonald's.
McChicken
what
sauce
I'm
with
saying.
a large fry.
Like-
oh my god!
Like, is that how like Martin opens his app and then starts to decide, and then all of a sudden like blinkety blink 2 for $1 Big Macs? Because that's how I see it happen to you, man. Like
That's a good deal.
it is a good deal, but it's only that.
It's a good deal.
But that kind of shit only comes on an app.
Do
That's
they
not
do
on
flash
TV.
deals for McGangbangs?
No.
No,
They should.
No.
They should.
That's the secret
Side
message.
menu.
If they
or
could just
secret
put
menu.
it together for me, I'd be so much happier.
Because you don't want to have to unwrap two things and smush
it's just,
it.
It's so much, and then my fingers, it's just not what I want.
That's fair.
I get it.
But I can't order it. There's
First,
no.
first world problems.
Gets on my fingies. There's nothing you can do.
Well, good luck to Burger King for trying to get a Michelin star. Like that's
Not gonna happen.
that's a movie in itself. If Burger King gets a Michelin star, someone needs to write that script. I would go
Already
see that.
working on it.
Already working.
Nowhere in the rules does it say that the food must be served on glass Corningware.
What? I can't remember what movie it is. Greg Kinnear's in it. It's basically
As good as we get.
like a semi-autobiographical story about when they found shit in the meat at McDonald's and Mexican workers. working.
Food Inc.
Food Inc. Thank you. No,
Like poop?
Food Inc. is the
It was
Food Inc. is the
they,
documentary.
They get little bits. Well, Bruce Willis is in it. He's like, what?
Yes.
You don't think there's you didn't
Yeah.
you didn't think there's fucking shit in the meat?
There's shit in the meat.
Because the reality is when they're butchering on that scale, unfortunately the entrails can't always be perfectly taken out. So sometimes, the colon gets maybe like clipped a little bit and a little bit of poop touches the meat and then it gets all mulched up. And then there's a coli 187 in there. And then you get a coli if you don't cook it to 145 degrees Fahrenheit.
In short, Martin.
And if you don't know what that is, then just Google Jack in the Box
We have all eaten
1995.
pieces of shit for
yeah,
breakfast.
I was just gonna say everybody in this room has eaten a piece of shit at one point or another. If that's the fact.
Have you eaten Love Day mushrooms?
Well, everybody knows mushrooms
Well,
are.
there
grown.
you go.
That's the joke.
It's manure.
That's when you say the joke. I'm a mushroom. You feed me shit and keep me in the dark. That's.
I've never heard that before.
No, you never heard that dad
No.
joke. That's where the laugh track should get inserted.
Yeah, you need a remote control, or we got to get you one of those like long sticks that you can like.
There. Okay, there we go.
There we go. So we have you. We get to use it at least once. All right.
Are
so-
we doing a show today?
I think. No, it's just our It's McDonald's confessions, Jimmy.
good,
Okay,
good.
so yeah, I
They
think
eat
I think
too
we're doing a show today, which is a great time to start the fucking show. So first of all, Martin pointed out we jumped from Podient or from Podbean to Podient, and
I think he
which-
said potty there for a second.
and what I'm super excited about is we get to see a lot more of our
Metrics.
a lot more of our metrics, exactly. So there's some big shout outs that have to occur here. And Martin, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have big ups to San Jose, California. I'm going to
Yeah.
So whoever is listening to
Shark
us
territory.
in San Jose, thank you very much. We did not know that this pocket of America gave two fucks about the Real Debaters. As I bring up locations here on the new stats. So San Jose, Ashburn, Virginia, Boardman, Oregon, San Diego, which
Oregon.
San Diego means a whale's vagina.
There it is. Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to say it.
It's German for whale's vagina.
And during all the craziness in Seattle, somehow 17 people decided to download us. So thank you to all these people. And as well, Winnipeg has got a lot of love for us. We didn't know how much love was coming out of Winnipeg. So
Somehow less than San Jose.
yes,
That doesn't make sense.
The place where we broadcast from.
That's because all my friends are in this room. I was really surprised. I thought we were going to have, deeper penetration into Mongolia.
I'm sorry I let you down.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody there. Also, France and Spain.
We
there's
have
a-
one listener in Russia.
Yeah.
One listener. I think it's Putin.
I think it's a bot.
It's a,
Rob gets a point. Rob gets a point.
you didn't give out the boards.
I didn't. Could you go get the board?
I don't know where the
boards
boards
are.
are.
The boards are in the other room. I'll go get the boards. Fuck, you talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna do a show today.
We're totally doing a show. This isn't like off the cuff kind of show.
Right.
But there's structure today.
There's some structure.
There's like a slight skeleton.
Remember last week when Rick Moranis got punched?
Oh, I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that. So much has
Never
happened
forget.
in the last 7 days.
Never forget. I don't know. I don't think they.
I know
found-
that was 2 weeks ago, dude.
Whoa. I forgot.
Yeah, we recorded 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. They still haven't found the guy. and
Did
I'm
you switch
upset.
from a sativa to an indica or what?
Fun fact. I did. I
Fun fact.
I made some edibles yesterday, and they are quite good.
Excellent.
They're Elvis cookies.
You know,
How did the banana chips turn out, Jimmy?
You know what? We couldn't find any, so
You couldn't go to an Asian store
We just
or
gave up.
Safeway.
We went to Safeway and there was just none in stock. So we were
Isn't
like, all
isn't
right.
today the 3rd anniversary of legal weed in Canada?
Yeah, October something. I can't remember the exact date. but
16th
yeah.
or 17th or something? It's pretty
Isn't
cool.
it Gord Downey's birthday? Same day as Gord Downey's birthday is legal weed in Canada.
Gord Downey's dead.
Yeah, but his birthday is the same
It's
day
the
as
same.
legal
It's,
weed.
I believe Martin's right about that. We can check our Canadian history after, but that is, I think that's somehow factually correct.
That's a heritage moment brought to you by Martin Navvaro.
It should be one of those heritage moments. We watched the first settlers come to the prairies and build huts out of mud and smell
Doctor, I smell burnt toast.
Yes, we've seen that. So why can't we get a more updated heritage moment of the day that weed became legal? I want to see that heritage moment. IFC, if you're
In the video, somebody's got to be watching Reefer Madness movie.
Half Baked. They got to be watching Half Baked. Anyways, I think we're ready to do a show, Jimmy. I know
Fuck
you said
you. Fuck you. You're cool. I'm out.
All right.
It's awesome because I'm in front of a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
You get it?
I
Yeah,
get
you get it.
I'm picking up.
And
what
it kind of he worked in a fast food place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all coming
Okay,
together.
cool.
So, Jimmy, we're gonna start the show. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I have a point.
I gave you a point.
Yes, 1 point. 1 point for Rob. So thank you to everybody who's been listening to us. That's super cool of you. Prefacing right now, this is a brand new board, Zoom L8. We finally got it working. That laugh track is courtesy of a fun sound pad. So bear with us as we figure out all this new shit. I know I told you about that a couple weeks ago, everybody, but nonetheless, it's still a learning curve, but we are recording on it. So all good.
We're high tech and shit.
We're high tech and shit. We got Marty coming in great too. So, and we've got him on video now too, so we can see when the motherfucker stops talking, and it makes it a lot easier to argue with somebody when you know they're done giving you shit for said point.
I think there's a 50-50 chance he's not wearing pants, considering the Zoom is only showing from the nipples up.
Can you stand up, Martin? See if you're just shows if you're wearing pants or not. Come on, buddy. Give us a once around.
Oh, those are pants.
Look how flexible I am. I'm still flexible, guys.
That could just be
Wow.
like a leg warmer.
You've been doing a lot of Pilates.
I only have leg warmers, Jimmy. I live in Vancouver now. I don't need pants. There's no more winter here.
He wears nothing but assless chaps.
That was
Leather.
Winnipeg. That was in Winnipeg too. That's not just a Vancouver.
yeah.
Oh, do you wear assless chaps? Always? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that's
You were really brave when it's minus 30. Wow.
Yeah, he's got that Philippine temperature in him. He's fine. So I wanted to start the show off. Jimmy,
Isn't the Philippines in the tropics?
I'm not going to start the show.
Let's start the show.
So I wanted to start the show off based on what Jimmy had said a couple episodes ago. You had made in passing. You were like, "There's no fucking Shrek in Ready Player One."
That's a good Jimmy impression.
You know, it's surprising because it's a DreamWorks movie and Spielberg owns DreamWorks, right?
You
There
would
was
think that
no
there would-
reason.
There's no reason not to put Shrek in. So then it got me thinking this week. I was like, how should we open the show? Do we want to do a week thus
I
far?
watched
Do we
Shrek
wanna-
today, actually.
You did?
Yeah, with my daughter.
Oh, fuck. There we go. So you're ready to do this. You're ready to maybe bring Shrek into the fold. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we could actually play Ready Player One and get our asses into the Oasis? What would be your avatar? Martin, what's your avatar?
This is a tough one. I thought of a lot of different ones. Like first things that came to mind: Darkwing Duck, Dan from Street Fighter, or Yamcha from like Dragon Ball, just for funny
That's a good-
characters, right?
When you
But
die, it
I'm
would
like-
be really enjoyable.
Yeah, just that picture of him just curled up. But like I started for some reason recently, like within the last 2 years, I started naming a lot of my video like things to do in video games that you name. I've named him Kevin Costner for some reason. I don't know why.
Can we get an example?
Is this Kevin
So,
Costner,
like-
Bull Durham?
just Kevin Costner, the actor, but like young Kevin Costner. I was thinking Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner, but like. So to give you an example, before I go into that, so I play this game called Star Trek Online, and I named my ship the USS Kevin Costner.
That makes sense. He's gonna be a war hero one day.
He is, for being in Dances with Wolves. That is his war hero fame.
When
So, but like you know
Waterworld
how you
happens.
have the different, you can have the different outfits in Ready Player One. Like my Kevin Costner would be just Kevin Costner in different movies. That would be my different
cool.
outfits.
In Waterworld,
Yeah, Waterworld.
So Waterworld, Kevin Costner, yeah. Dances with Wolves,
Bull Durham.
Postman, Bull Durham, yeah.
Hang on.
We don't speak of the Postman.
Yeah, we don't speak of the Postman.
That's 2 hours of my life I'm never getting back.
Robin Hood.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Prince of Thieves is fine.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah, the crying
That'd
one.
be a weird skin.
So his costume is basically a polo shirt and khakis.
Yeah, like it's just Midwestern.
Field of
dad.
Dreams is basically an older Jonathan Kent. He's just, he's a younger Jonathan Kent.
I cried when
what are
he
you?
dies in Superman, Man of Steel.
I know.
I did.
It's a pretty emotional scene.
Even though he definitely didn't have to.
Yeah. It wasn't needed.
Did you know in Waterworld I think they spent like an extra $6 million CGIing extra hair in for Kevin Costner in some scenes?
Where'd they put it? Because it didn't look like
His
he
balls.
had a lot. His
His
balls.
I
Thanks
don't
for
know.
that.
I don't know. I don't know where. I just know that fun fact.
Like he was in a wetsuit for like it's not on his head. I don't so like I really fucking want to know where it went.
CGI
It was probably that scene where he's swimming underwater and looking at like the cities that were like underwater, and then he comes
Yeah.
back with like these cool boots, but they're fucking ski boots. They're fucking useless.
Jimmy, what would your avatar be?
Those were good picks, Martin. I would pick Turner and or Hooch. Like if I could have like a side character, then I would be Turner with Hooch.
So Jimmy, remember how we're playing? What's that game we just started playing again? Monster Hunter. So
yeah.
your Hooch would be that little dude.
Exactly.
That movie's gonna be awesome.
Your
By the way.
Palanquin.
Yeah. I would be Turner and or Hooch.
It'd be cool if you could morph between the two avatars when it was advantageous based on what you were doing with the avatar.
Like if Turner was some kind of lichen and could just transform into Hooch.
Well, I was just thinking, like, if you're in a situation where you need to build a watch, you know, Hooch is probably not the best avatar.
Then you transform into Turner.
That's what I'm saying.
And it makes
Yeah,
like
like,
the
you know
transformer
how-
noises.
You have your travel mode with your character. Hooch would be your travel mode. It makes you get there faster. You know,
But I
so
could
you don't run
also
away.
be Turner riding Hooch. All of these are options.
It's an interchangeable skin. It doesn't
And
matter
I
how
understand
you play.
that it's not an animated character, but it can be.
What's the Greek thing that's half man, half horse? That's what I pictured Jimmy as with Turner. and Hooch
Centaur.
combined.
Centaur.
Centaur, yeah.
Turner, that also an option. A Turner Hooch Mantor.
But for some reason, the bottom part is actually it's not Turner's body. It's actually it's not Hooch's body. It's actually Tom Hanks's.
It's just more Tom Hanks.
Just call it a
arms.
Hooturn. We'll call it a Hooturn.
I like.
I'm imagining the lower half of Tom Hanks with the banana hammock on, and then the top is a dog.
I'm perfect with all of these. Like I kind of want to play a game now that
Hooch top.
Hooch top. Hooch Hanks. Hanks the Hooch.
So beat that, Michael.
Okay.
I think the discussion's over.
Yeah, no, I can't even. I went with Inspector Gadget.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I was like, I just went and like Saturday
Complete
morning.
incompetence, perfect.
Yeah, well, like,
But he gets the job done.
But he gets
Does he now though?
Penny gets the job done.
Penny gets
And the brain.
and the brain and who's the dog? What was the dog's name?
The brain.
Wait,
That's
Brain.
That's Brain.
The brain.
oh,
Brain.
who was the Claw?
Dr. Claw.
Who was Dr. Claw? The Claw.
I can't
Claw,
remember
yeah.
who the show was about.
Hey, I answered my own question. Point from Michael. No, yeah, Inspector Gadget. Just because I feel like the different, like the add-ons to his skin would be fun. Like you wouldn't come in full Inspector Gadget.
You could be Matthew Broderick Inspector.
Yeah,
Gadget.
you'd be Matthew Broderick, Inspector Gadget. And then by
Or
the,
which are you mustache? Sans mustache or
I'm fucking twirly up all the way, man.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's no mustache.
I remember when I first saw Inspector Gadget, I guess I jumped in a little bit later and he didn't have a mustache, and then I remember seeing reruns of older episodes when he had a mustache, and it blew my mind.
Wowzers.
Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, so Inspector Gadget for like, Go-Go Gadget arms. I would be like in any level that requires some sort of like tactical
Would
effort.
you have like the same thing he has, where you'd say go gadget for one thing and then something else would happen?
It would be up, down, left, right. No, I'm just
Like would your controls be all reversed?
probably, I guess. Yeah, inverted. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, that's definitely. So that's me. Rob, what about you?
A lots of different ones popped up. You know, like Cloud from Final Fantasy, Cringer from fucking He-Man. You know, but then you could morph back and forth between Cringer and Battle Cat, depending if you need to be badass or an empath.
That's what I was thinking with Turner and Hooch. Total badass in Turner.
I also really I don't know I like being Yoshi when I play Super Mario Kart.
Oh, that's fun.
So maybe Yoshi.
Yoshi. That would be like a dangerous Yoshi though, because like you notice that like all of them kind of had some sort of like.
Well, it's the green Yoshi.
It's obviously green Yoshi. It can't be white Yoshi.
But I would have an array of different mushrooms that I would eat, and they would give me different emotional. I don't know. I'm making shit up right now.
Different emotional support.
Where's my emotional support mushroom? Well, like one is my angry, and then I shoot fireballs, and then one is I'm sensitive, but I can give off like sleeping gas or some shit.
No, I love it. I think it's great. Do you guys think video games are going to go the way of Ready Player One eventually?
Oh yeah, dude, it's going to be Matrix style where you just like right into ourselves.
Plug in.
The only difference will be everyone will be Shrek.
And in honor of
Donkey.
Donkey.
Get out of here, Donkey.
You can't tell me that's not going to happen.
There's
too many trolls. Everyone's going to be Shrek.
It would be absolutely perfect.
Isn't Shrek an ogre?
Yeah, he is.
He's an ogre.
No, I mean Trolls Online will be Shrek Ogre.
Oh, double meaning there.
Double entendre.
All right. I hope video games go that way. I mean, it would be a lot of fun to be able to.
It'll definitely get rid of my carpal tunnel.
Yeah, that's my index and my calluses are just wreaking havoc from all the.
If you don't know, listeners, Michael's hands are just two big calluses.
That's all they are.
And it's not from video games;
Yeah.
it's from excessive masturbation. He
like
also has hairy palms.
It's a big club.
Yeah, no, I've masturbated my fingers down to the bone.
He has two Hellboy fists.
Yeah, it's just big clubs.
It's basically like he's jerking off with two hooves.
Oh yeah, I wish
Someday.
Okay, so
do these hooves have like never mind.
So your hooves.
I'm not letting you off the hooves yet. No.
Nice. Let's take a point.
Use some lubricant, man. Jesus.
We are really not talking about my masturbatory preferences
Lubricate and
right
hydrate
now.
yourself.
We're talking about how ungulates masturbate.
Lubricant?
Lubricant.
If it isn't a product now, it
Lubricant.
should be.
All right.
That's kind of like that shampoo, that horse's mane shampoo.
Tail's mane or mane?
Mane and tail?
Mane and tail, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they like when Shauna goes. I've seen it at the fucking vent. I've seen it at
It's at Shoppers.
Yeah,
They have it at Shoppers.
Do you think I should try it?
What does it do? Does it?
It gives you a luxurious. I believe it was used as like the magical prop in a Disney movie where
like when
a young girl really wants a pony, but then she uses the shampoo and becomes the pony.
She switches
and
bodies
Into a
with her horse.
centaur.
Yeah.
And she was basically a talking horse for like the next hour, the next 88 minutes,
Meanwhile, the horse is in her body.
like Freaky Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Just causing a ruckus throughout the
Just
school.
like she's out there just eating grass.
Kicking things.
That's what she does on recess.
Sits down
Kicking
for a
things and
lesson
eating
plan.
While we've been talking, somebody bought this movie.
No kidding. Yeah,
Somebody's
someone
already registered it.
Yeah, they've optioned it. Yeah, there goes our fucking check. All right, well,
I only want a 5% royalty.
That's all we claim.
it's on record, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. I'm good and warmed up. I'm really warm, actually. Surprising for how fucking cold it is outside. So, Martin and me were trying to figure out how to celebrate Halloween 2020 style with the quarantine and everything. And that's where we kind of tripped over this idea to debate shit today.
It's a spooky Real Debater special.
No laugh tracks. God damn it.
I don't know if I like the laugh track. It's kind of weirded me out.
I don't like the and the other two
We're not an
buttons.
80s sitcom.
I'd love to play the other two buttons right now, but they're jacked like internally in the board. They're jacked to 10, And even if I pull it to a 2, it's still gonna I blew my eardrum out.
Well,
with
we got to
that.
be careful because somebody's gonna be listening to this podcast on the highway, and then they're gonna fly out of the lane.
So anyway, so we were playing with the idea of how are we going to celebrate Halloween in 2020 because we can't go anywhere, you can't do the costume thing. So we thought, let's bring it to.
Why can't you do the costume thing?
Well, you can do the costume thing, but with the basically,
I'm not allowed to put a costume on in my own house, on the 31st, and hang out. What
Any
the fuck?
other day, but that day is allowed, Rob.
That's an overreach, sir.
I'm
July
sorry.
1st, you can put on a costume.
I have.
Don't let me tell you how you should dress for Halloween. All I'm saying is that because quarantine and 2020 and this COVID thing have got everything changed, we thought, well,
the candy comes in a washable package.
I know it does. Stop arguing against my premise. I haven't even
Okay,
gotten
sorry.
to the debate yet.
Sorry.
So the whole thing was, let's bring Halloween home. And I thought, well, how do we do that? And then Martin was like, well, what if you had to live with them? And I was like, what if you had to quarantine with them? And that's kind of how this whole thing started. So the easy way to explain this is, the premise is simple. You have got COVID. But sorry
You got
for you. You got it. End of story.
Well, you don't have it. You've been exposed to someone with it and have to self-isolate.
Oh, okay. All right. That's the rub. I like that a lot more because I don't
I don't
want.
want to be sick while I have to deal with my roommate. Like, what the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I kind of agree.
Yeah,
I don't.
okay.
I don't want the COVID.
All right, perfect. I like the rule.
It's a good attitude to
The
have.
debate hasn't even begun yet, so I'm fine with all these caveats. That's perfect. So anyway, so you have been exposed to COVID. You are forced to quarantine for 14 days. Your roommate is, and we drew from a list of horror characters. Instead of picking our own this episode, we decided let's leave it to chance.
Spooky.
So
Because we were getting tired of Jimmy always choosing a Scream-related thing.
Yes, exactly. Which is even that's when I messaged you and was like, Jimmy, I tried. I really I stacked the deck against you to just give you something else to work with. But great minds, whatever. Anyways, I'd love to start with Martin on this one. So, Martin, who did you get? Well, who did I give you? I guess that you had to be stuck with for 2 weeks during a self-isolation run.
I just want to start before my argument starts that I was talking to Jimmy, and do we think that Mike made us, not choose our own things on purpose so that he could win? He was tired of losing because he sucks at picking a character or anything, and he's like, let's just leave it to chance this time so we all have a chance to win.
Like he would have went back to Boogie Nights again somehow this week.
I will choose a non-horror movie character for this horror movie character debate.
Guys, I put him in I swear, I knew this was coming. I put him in a randomizer, and I was like, okay, cool. And Jimmy was...
Oh, we know it's all random. We just think that you randomize it so that you have a better chance of winning.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's on the record. I understand, and I have heard you. So, Martin, I know you don't sound you like your pick, so let's let you get it
And they're
out.
all horrible.
Tell us how you really feel.
Okay, I got Norman Bates, but I'm going with the '60s version. Norman Bates, the black and white one.
Yeah.
That's. I'm going with that type of Norman
Not Bates Motel.
And
Not Vince Vaughn.
no.
You're not gonna go with Vince Vaughn, Psycho.
So I went with Norman Bates. We're gonna quarantine or self-isolate at Bates Motel. We're gonna have to, since we're still running a business together for some reason, we're gonna have to hire somebody to take over while we're isolating, to take care of the guests. And I think it's gonna be more of like a comedy because Norman is gonna get the urge to kill somebody, and I'm gonna be there in the background, just like trying to pull him down all the time when he's about to kill somebody. But like, what will we do? Well, since it's he's from the 60s and somehow magically transported into the future, I'm going to introduce Norman to a thing called the internet. So every time he gets the urge, I'm just going to put my Netflix on and put a slasher film on. Like, every time you get the urge, Norman, just watch this. Just watch it and just take it out there. Just don't take it out on any people. What else would we do? I think I would get him some sort of punching bag because, he has a lot of aggression that he needs to get out. So I don't have to. So just because stabbing a punching bag. That's what I think Norman would do.
Are those available on Amazon?
Amazon, yes, they're available for delivery. So free delivery over $200. So yeah, we'll just take that and put that in Norman's room. Yeah, a lot of things. I think Norman would benefit from. There's a lot of things you can do in isolation. Like, for example, Norman, we obviously likes role playing. So I'd maybe do a D&D online group with him.
That
He
is
likes
the
to dress
nicest
up.
way to say that.
So there we go. I would do some D&D. You know, I did some D&D online with some friends. So I put Norman in our D&D group, and we'd all do it Zoom, so we could do it, you know, at the comfort of our own home while we isolate. And I think he'd get a kick out of that. You know, he likes playing other roles, likes to dress up. So D&D provides that outlet. But I think most of the time it would just be me trying to keep Norman away from the guests, which is a handful of its own. And I think with these tools and these different things that I provided Norman, it'll be enough to keep him busy for our 14 days. Like, the internet's crazy huge. There's lots of things to see out there. I'd maybe warn him about don't type in certain words.
Like
you
what?
Can put it
What
on a watch
words?
list.
Like voyeur?
Snuff.
Snuff is a bad word on the internet, Norman.
Snuff porn. That would probably be a list-worthy
Voyeur?
something. But my whole point, like, I think the way I survive quarantine is by keeping Norman busy. And I do that basically by giving him, you know, the internet, like a punching bag to release some stress, and then maybe D&D for some role-playing so that he gets that social interaction and gets to dress up.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Yes.
Why are you quarantining in these shitty little motel rooms when there's a giant fucking mansion on the fucking
Oh,
hill?
that mansion's destroyed. There was a lot of black mold in that mansion, so we had to tear that thing down.
Wow,
That's no longer
you
there. We just
are
have big
really
motel.
playing with the liberties of the world of this character. I appreciate
we're saving
that.
money. We're saving money. That house is gone. Norman has to.
So
get rid
isn't
of
he
that house in
mourning
order to
his
get rid
dead
of his
mother
past.
the whole time? So isn't he like
He's gotta get rid of it.
unhinged
He's
and?
gotta- It's we tore that house down because it's a thing that he has to get over. That house is a constant reminder of his traumatized childhood. So getting rid of that house is like one step closer for healing for Norman.
Can we shit on him
That
yet?
sounds like a great show.
I'm just letting Rob go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't think he's gonna be like jerking off everywhere like during that whole 2 weeks?
But he's gonna be jerking off in the isolation of the room. Like, he can't leave the room, so we're self-isolated, right? He can't like leave the hotel room.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be unnerving?
That's
Like,
why-
he's always got the laptop open and he's always just fucking
long as he's
jerking
not killing
off and
guests, as
looking
long
at
as he's not
voyeur
killing
porn
guests,
and
I'm good.
stuff.
Isn't that a
He's
nerd?
you
As
know.
long as he's not killing guests.
What are?
That's all.
I'm going to take a stab here at you, Martin, and then we'll pass it along to Jimmy.
A
no
stab.
no pun intended. Are you guys experiencing anything together, or are you just constantly making sure he doesn't get stabby?
D&D. We're doing D&D together, you know?
Okay.
That's like a group event.
Internet
Just to help him
searches, you know.
socialize, internet searches. I'll help him- I help
Pornhub.com.
him use the internet. I basically teach him a bunch of stuff about the modern world because he's somehow transported here.
I do
Maybe
give
he was
Martin enough.
cryogenically frozen.
Is he in black and white and everything else is color though?
Yes, it's like Brendan Fraser. Remember when he comes to, what's that movie? When he
Blast from the
from
past.
He's from Blast from the Past.
Pleasantville.
Kind of be like that.
Okay.
Pleasantville, yes.
Well, he wasn't really. He wasn't from the past. It's just that he was buried in the bunker, so he only knew the world prior. Anyway,
Yes.
Is it my turn?
I have one more. I have one more thing, and then I'll pass the conch. Can you explain to me where you and him will you learn to cross dress, Martin?
do you have a gray wig?
Yeah, like because that's clearly one of his pastimes. I mean, I appreciate.
that's what
hang
the
on, let
D&D
me
is for.
hang
Martin
on.
called it
Martin,
role-playing.
Martin, don't be Trump. Al, I won't be Biden. So let me just say. So, will you like? Clearly, it's something he enjoys.
Vote for Sleepy Joe.
Like, will that come into effect at all? Because it is something he enjoys doing. And as much as D&D and the internet is going to keep him busy, eventually you might have to don a wig or a robe and maybe even be called mother. Is that something that you kind of plan for? Or, you know, that's 14 days of, I mean, we know how the movie ended.
I assume
so-
you'd be pet a lot too.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how much you would like succumb at the same time while trying to make him a better human. That's my only issue with this all.
So
is
like
that-
I'll be sucked into his craziness.
Yeah, I have a feeling you'll have what's that syndrome?
Stockholm?
Stockholm. Thank you. Yeah, I have a feeling that you'll go in with the best intentions of like, okay, cool. You know, well, like we didn't really assess if we were roommates prior or how we ended up in this situation. So
Obviously-
Isn't Stockholm syndrome where you sympathize with your kidnapper though?
yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying he'd end up sympathizing with Norman's.
So no, would it be Florence
proclivities.
Nightingale syndrome because I'm trying to heal him? I'd be
Okay,
Florence
yeah, all
Nightingale.
right.
So that
I
means you
fall
fall in
in
love
love
with
with
them.
You can't change him.
So like to express your love, you accept the fact that you'll become kind of like his mother?
I guess so. He'll do my chores for me and stuff like that. You know.
Now,
He'll
are you
take
guys
out the
isolated in
garbage
the
for me.
same room? Like you guys are in there's like 2 double beds in the room?
It's
No,
like no, it's
there's
one of
one.
those. It's the rooms with the connection in the middle, the 2 rooms.
It's an
Oh.
adjoining room.
Yeah.
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 Isn't that taking away revenue of other hotel guests though? So that could that potentially affect the P&L for the hotel?
I think the hotel guest safety is a bigger concern. So
okay.
so we're good.
All right. Rob and me have taken our pound of flesh. Jimmy, please end whatever this is.
Okay, so can I get a full 5 uninterrupted minutes?
Yeah.
You go for it.
Oh, he's got a lot. Okay.
Go for it.
Well, Martin, I'm glad that you figured out how to stop serial killers. You just give them a punching bag and you give them the internet, and they'll definitely never kill again. The internet has definitely stopped people from being psycho killers. That's
Anybody ever seen Don't
for
Fuck with
sure.
Cats? Sorry, I interrupted. My bad. Go on.
so.
You've rewritten the world of psychology.
Martin, I don't think your best option was to try and stop him from killing. I don't think you have a real reason to stop him from killing. To be honest with you, I think the better way to go would have been to let him go about his business killing beautiful blonde women, knowing that you yourself are not beautiful nor blonde.
So that's not a target.
Exactly. So you can just hang out in your room and watch YouTube videos and shit and play Monster Hunter with Jimmy and Chris. Or you can comically try to stop him, but I don't think it's in your best interest to stop him, to be honest with you.
I got to.
Yeah, and basically Rob's right. You're really just running your revenue down the toilet living in that hotel.
Your P&L's in the shitter, man.
You're wasting a room. You need the turns.
They did it on Schitt's Creek. It was okay. They still managed to get revenue with 2 adjoining rooms used by the family.
But they own the whole fucking town.
Last thing, I'd argue anyone who tries to get in Norman's way usually gets killed.
I don't know if you know this, Jimmy, but I box. So I'll fucking box the shit out of Norman Bates, man. I'll beat the shit out of that.
Did you see how flexible he was when
Yeah.
he showed us that he
Yeah.
was wearing pants?
Norman
he's-
is pretty skinny too.
Yeah.
All right,
Fighting
maybe
Martin
could
is
beat the crap
back,
out of
Jimmy.
him.
Fighting Martin's back. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
When was Fighting Martin here?
Michael, I've been boxing for 4 years.
I know. It's just fun to poke fun at those big boxing muscles of yours. Okay, all right. Martin's done. Jimmy, you're next.
I'm next?
Yes.
That's exciting. Oh, right. Well, somehow I still ended up with Scream this week.
Yes. So to the joke about what I tried to not give you
Uh-huh.
was, we put Ghostface on the list because I figured we should put something that everybody kind of loves, and then literally it popped up first shot, first round. I just hit randomize. Jimmy gets Ghostface. So that's when we had to say, okay, you either get to pick one or the other.
So you said I could go with Billy or Stu. but
Yes, I gave you the option.
You know what I'm going
Can
to
I
give myself?
interject?
Sure.
I just want to go back to the point. Sorry, I just thought of something there. To the point that Jimmy made with Norman Bates and just letting him
Okay.
kill all these beautiful blonde women. Dude, we're COVID. We're in isolation. If I'm not having him in the hotel and keeping him there, I'm not doing my part as a citizen, Jimmy. I don't know about you, but I'm not just going to let people just go out there
But
exposed to COVID
anyone he's
and just make it worse
interacting
for the whole world.
anyone he's interacting with, he's killing.
Yeah, but he's just going to be interacting with me because we're in isolation. So it's just going to be us 2 in
So
there,
you
and I'm going to be
fucked.
keeping him in there. So it's just that. That's it. That's
So
it.
you
Just
don't
leave
have
me in.
guests?
We have guests, but he can't. We're just isolated in the room. No one's coming into the room. Just us.
He's going to Martin,
Someone
the
else
urge to
is-
kill is much more powerful than you think.
Then I will lose sleep for 14 days, Jimmy. And I'll just choke him out every night. I'll just,
every night.
every night I'll put him to sleep.
He's
But
probably
he's
gonna
already
like that.
busy choking himself.
He's just going to like that.
$1 million dream.
He's going to be so
Anyways.
distracted by internet porn that Martin will be able to sneak up on him, no problem. But
He's like, what beautiful blonde women that I must murder.
I
I have Pornhub.
I just had to say that.
I'll be
'Cause that
your
was part of the
mother.
argument was we're in isolation, which is the argument.
You just-
11 million videos and counting.
Your plan is to like show him MILF porn, and you think that's gonna stop him?
Not
Gilf
just that, it's a
porn.
combination of
Yeah,
It's more like
That's-
gilf. It's
it
gilf
is, it
porn.
is,
It's
isn't it?
anything like Mother. It's gilf porn for sure. Okay, Martin, you've had the floor. Jimmy, please.
It's funny how mothers in the 1950s looked like grandmas today.
Wow. How time flies.
Well, you know when you look like you get a picture of your grandparents when they're 40, and you're like, what are they, fucking 70?
Yeah.
And I'm 40, and I look at pictures of myself, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to people back then?
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
And
Lots
bad like beauty lotion creams and stuff. I don't know.
magic elixirs. Jimmy, you want to debate?
Okay, Ghostface.
So to give myself a bit of a challenge, I thought I would pick the more difficult of the
Skeet
two.
or Matthew?
I picked Skeet. I really don't see how this could possibly be an issue. Like my plan is to just let him go about his business, and maybe I would even become his stew. I don't see him trying to kill me.
Ooh.
I see him doing the same thing he did to Stu, the peer pressure. We got to do this, man. You know, he fucked my dad's, or yeah, his mom or her mom
Someone
fucked my
fucked
dad,
someone.
right? So we got to do it, and then maybe I just become an accomplice. And sure, Stu does die at the end, but I'm smarter than Matthew Lillard, I think.
I believe Matthew Lillard was the lesser of
Right?
the two.
Like
He was
in
the male bow.
Yeah, definitely.
He was easy to influence, and not that I'm easy to influence, but I'm just smart enough to know to go along with it because I don't want to die.
This is very true. Did you come to any conclusions about why it would be fun to live with?
With Skeet?
With Skeet,
Oh, because
like-
we just watch horror movies. He's the same as me. We're just big horror movie fanatics. We'd watch a bunch of them. It'd be a good time. We'd do a marathon. It'd be great.
Does anybody else feel like Jimmy's trying to tell us something?
I heard Jimmy same as
He's
me.
just
That's
like
what I
me.
heard Jimmy say. He's just like
Say-
me. We're
say-
the same
say-
So
person.
are you conspiring to murder your friends with a ghost mask on?
Quite possibly.
I mean, one night a year
Do
you
you
get
like
to dress
scary
up.
movies?
Yeah, just I'll scare the blue out of your jeans. I'm not scared.
Thanks, Dad. Laugh track's too far away. Okay, all right. So,
Easily pass the time, and if he feels like going out and ghost face killing, he can do that.
okay.
I have no interest in stopping him from doing.
I
what
mean,
he
he's
wants
wearing
to
a
do.
mask. I mean, he's doing his part when he goes out.
Precisely, Rob. And you know what? Even if he does infect someone that he's interacting with COVID, that someone is probably going to be a stabbing victim.
So it's going to come out in the wash anyway.
Exactly.
You won't die of COVID. You'll
Just die from being stabbed.
So yeah, because I mean, and that'll put less strain on the healthcare system.
Precisely.
Oh, you're doing? Yeah, I get what you're doing. You're just letting him
Yeah.
do his thing because he's going to do his part.
Exactly.
That actually is a
Why stop
plausible
him?
argument. I appreciate that. Martin, what would you like to say about? Or Jimmy, are you done, or would you like more time?
I think I've said all I can say.
I've said enough to win this debate. Martin, what are your objections to this, sir?
I didn't even
I
have to
just
use
like how
president
Jimmy-
hands.
I like how Jimmy's point is just let them do whatever they want to do.
It's none of my business.
That's such a white thing to say. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. That's such a white thing to say. That's a white guy response, man. That ain't no minority response.
I should have won the last debate.
Jimmy, I'll just say this. You didn't lose. You didn't lose.
that's true. Rob, do you have any objections to this, or do you agree or disagree,
Come at me.
bro?
The thing is like you know, Ghostface he's a little unhinged, but he's a pretty fucking normal person.
Thank
So
you.
I think like during that 14 days, and the thing is, unless there's a backstory between him and Jimmy where he's gonna kill him, but I also feel like you will probably do something to piss him off during that 14 days, which will cause him to get vindictive, and then you're probably not gonna survive the 14-day quarantine.
You don't think Matthew Lillard was annoying hanging out with Billy? They were probably like Stu's character.
Yeah, but
is
they were
like
busy,
the-
like, you know, trying to pick up ladies and like playing lacrosse or whatever the fuck guys like
I
that
pick
do.
up ladies.
But not when you're on not COVID quarantine.
I thought you were gonna say I play lacrosse. Rob, more, less? No, you.
I don't even know how to tackle this one. I feel like this is a gimme.
Mulligan.
You know, like I really wish you'd got Freddy Krueger. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, anyway,
I don't sleep.
I have a giant bottle of amphetamines.
I've had sleep issues forever.
I feel that you would definitely do. That's just
What are you doing right now?
trying to put the phone away from the board so it doesn't create the echo that keeps popping in. I think you're definitely better than Matthew Lillard, like outside of the podcast.
I'm listening.
You're not as tall, though.
But
No, definitely not. That's not fair.
I also don't think you have the same level of hacking skills.
No, not at all. Also not fair.
I just
His range.
they do turn on each other, right? So even if you did play nice and we're stacking, the anxiety of when am I going to go back to
Because
work?
Matthew Lillard
when-
can't take a stab.
Well, no, he can't. But what I'm saying is they eventually turn on each other.
Jimmy can take us.
I can take a
Stab.
stab.
You can take a stab.
I'll take a stab at taking a stab.
Can you SLC punk this, though?
I just think that it's an impending doom because he's an unhinged psychopath, right? Like where Norman is a little bit more controllable because if Mother's around, I kind of feel that
Martin can kick his ass.
Well, yeah, boxer, Muhammad Ali in the corner over there, right? Raise it up.
What?
I don't know what that meant.
You actually feel that Ghostface is an unhinged psychopath? I just think he has a lot of teenage angst.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
you.
which is easily confusable as teenage.
Is he Raphael from the Ninja Turtles? God,
If he
Rob.
was a Ninja Turtle, yes.
Yeah. Well, no, I just mean you see them.
But he favors the bow staff over the size. Sorry.
like both of these guys that you ended up with, completely random.
yeah, Mike.
Like when you hit the randomizer button, you were like, fuck.
Look, I'm just going to cut you off. If I picked Stu, there's no argument because Stu doesn't go out and kill people without Billy.
That's true. Stu's the tag along.
I picked the fun one. I picked one that I'd have to argue, and I think I dominated.
Fair enough. Okay. Rob's.
You chose the one that, gets to make out with Nev Campbell, too.
Canadian Nev Campbell.
That's true. There's that tie there. All right, so Rob's in,
There's
Martin's in. I'm in. Rob, I will give you the choice of me next or you next. What would you like
You
to
wanted
do?
to go last week. Maybe you should go next.
Fair enough. Okay. Fuck you and your memory.
2
Goddamn,
weeks
can't
ago.
rig this thing for the life
It
of me.
was 2 weeks
It was
ago.
2 weeks
Okay, so I randomly got Hannibal Lecter. And
Jimmy has lost a week.
Jimmy is...
It's because he doesn't sleep.
So I ended up randomly getting Hannibal Lecter
He's
from...
gonna eat your ass.
He's going to eat my... with a spoon, literally. No, so I realized like the only thing really against me... well, let me go through my points first and then I'll summarize. But
The only thing?
Well, hang on here, okay? I love all of the good, interesting things about Hannibal Lecter. I love the fact that he's into culture. I love the fact that he's a therapist, he's a psychologist, psychiatrist. I mean, I love the fact that he's a doctor. I love the fact that he's a foodie. I love the fact that he's into opera and all of those things. So I feel that.
Do you think cannibals are foodies?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, did you see the shit he made? Like, it wasn't like he was chopping up somebody and then
He doesn't always use human flesh as the main ingredient.
Fine.
Yeah, like it's
Sometimes it's a side dish.
It's an 80-20 rule.
So I feel going into this as a person, I would actually come out more cultured, more educated. Like talk about
missing an arm.
Well, no, hang on. You guys are forgetting the one thing, and I'll bring it up right now.
All right.
The main thing is he only eats rude people. So I just have to remember to clean up after myself.
Oh, you
I have
fucked.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not. I'm not fucked.
You're so fucked.
I'm gonna be.
Only child Michael Petrow?
I'll be.
Only child Michael Petrow.
Shut up.
Get the fuck out of here.
Only child.
Fuck, I didn't even think of that. I'm like, what's the rebound of that argument? But yeah, like, I just have to be nice. I have to clean up after myself. I have to do the dishes. I have to mind your P's and Q's. Like, that is really the only thing. Now, granted, I mean, we're stuck in there for 2 weeks. I'm sure he's been on some sort of human flesh diet prior to. So he might break that one cardinal rule and decide
Have
that
a cheat day.
have a cheat. Yeah, have a cheat day, exactly. But yeah, just in all aspects of this, the fact that
is
he
the
can
cheat day eating a fat person?
Yes.
well, it's a cheat day. Yes, it's eating a 600-pound lifer.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Properly marbled.
But there was another thing, and Rob, you can probably agree with me on this. I don't know about anybody else, but I know I've just heard you say it in the past. He's a psychiatrist. The anxiety, the stress, the misunderstandings of the media and what they're representing right now with do this, do that. Like, just the mental fatigue that people are under right now. Being in a room with a therapist you can lie down on the couch and talk about, and he can dissect you.
Yeah, he's gonna dissect you.
Sure. Okay, wrong choice of words. But like, what I'm saying
Dissect you right into that fucking souffle.
The point is that you have a direct line to somebody who's a professional at mental health. So my mental health, it might actually be better. We might find out things that I didn't even know were pre-existing to COVID that might be a problem in my life. Hanging around with Hannibal Lecter for 2 weeks, I could solve a lot of that. That's free therapy. Come on, somebody agree with me. This is silence is deafening.
Even random, Mike, you can't do it.
I mean, here's the other thing too, is that he eats rude people, but he also gets bored very easily with people. And
What the fuck are you saying?
Listen, I mean, you're an interesting person, but I
Look me in
don't
the eye,
know
Rob.
if
Look me in
maybe
the eye,
you've
Rob.
got the intellectual prowess to be able to keep him occupied for 14 days of conversation.
That's true.
He
He
wants-
doesn't seem like a TV guy either.
It's like, this is from the Duomo scene in the opera. And I'm like, what's opera? I fall
He doesn't
asleep.
seem like the
Opera's a
person
nap
to be
for
down to
me.
binge watch The Boys.
What was that?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like the person to be down to binge watch The Boys.
Okay, so yeah, I'm the one who's sacrificing a lot. But I'll come out. I'll come.
Good sir, I'd like to tell you about Homelander.
I actually feel.
Meanwhile, he's talking
bad.
about peer-reviewed this and that. And
I feel bad for Hannibal Lecter in this scenario.
why? Because he has to eat Mike?
Yeah, well, he has to spend time with him. And
Hey, listen, man. Anybody who eats me is going to have that lovely taste of cheeseburger added to my
Oh,
flesh. So, I
true.
mean, it's a double whammy.
Yeah.
you
for
got me
sure.
there.
Martin, anything you would like to?
And prior to the quarantine, Mike ate a lot of cinnamon and a lot of
coriander.
a lot of coriander, so he's flavored very well.
Yeah, I'm salty and sweet. Martin, you got any objections, sir?
All of them. They're all objections.
He's got all the objections.
I don't know, man. I think after 7 days of isolation with Hannibal Lecter, he's gonna look at your arm. He's like, "That looks like a tasty Whopper."
That looks like a tasty burger.
He's gonna eat you. You're gonna get eaten, Mike.
I would argue that maybe Michael isn't the quality of person that Hannibal would eat.
I'm fat right where it counts.
I'm trying to help you, man.
He's like a well-marbled steak. You know?
Yeah, I'm fucking Wagyu for that guy.
Fine, all right,
Yeah.
he'd eat you.
He's been like he's been a piece of meat that's been massaged and then fed beer its whole life.
He's
you know?
literally had years of practice being an asshole, rude asshole. You know,
Only child.
so that
Michael
negative
Petrow.
rudeness is just embedded in the meat.
How just okay? Somebody.
I don't even know. I'm just.
The meat's ruined. All the assholeness is.
Well, no,
penetrated
it's
down
not
there.
ruined. That's the way Hannibal likes it.
Oh, okay. So I'm appetizing.
He thrives on the bad.
It's not good for you.
This is
I mean, I
all.
don't think
You go ahead.
if he eats you, he won't have to leave the house for another 4 weeks. Like he'll be good.
Yeah. this
Like
is-
he'll cut you up in the butcher and like he'll butcher your meat and hang it there, and the whole apartment's like, what side of Mike will I have today? The arm or the leg?
You think a full-grown man would only feed someone for 4 weeks? I think it's at least 8.
Wow.
8 weeks. Well, I meant like the 2 weeks of isolation plus 4 weeks after. So, yeah, 8.
Do the math on that one. No, you know what? Honestly,
But he would need a chest freezer, and I've heard those are very hard to come by nowadays.
Well, I'm sure he has one.
Do you think it's plot like if I had COVID and I got one of the really bad strains of it,
COVID's not foodborne.
I no, but what I'm saying is that if I ended up like we didn't confirm if we were sick or not until we started this, but like for example, if I was sick and I did get a really bad strain of it, I think I would like on my tombstone to say that I was eaten by Hannibal Lecter. I feel that at that point that might actually that's a good way to go out, right? That's going out with a bang, not a whimper. You got,
Where were the two of you isolating? At his house or
We were
your
at
house?
we were at his
in
house.
his cell.
Yeah, in his
in-
cell. Yeah, that's what we should have put into this. Where is it? Okay, hotel. Nev Campbell's house, I guess. I'm in the cell, and Rob is where?
No,
I
the
thought that
Blockbuster
was
video.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both in the
No,
cell.
you're in his weird storage locker with the car in it
Oh yeah,
and the severed head.
Yes, that's where we're forced. That's where we're forced.
No, you're in Buffalo Bill's basement.
Oh, fucking big girl. See that big fat girl? I can't stop thinking about after we dissected how Seth Green had auditioned for Chris.
Oh,
We were at the we found out that it was Seth Green was just like, I'm gonna do Buffalo Bill and turn the octave up. That's all that Chris is from Family Guy is that voice. How to pitch. Anyways, okay, I think I'm good and chewed out here. I've been eating.
Yeah, that was
no
thorough.
pun. That was thorough. Yeah, tits to nuts.
it's a thorough cannibalism.
So
Rob?
to end off this fiasco, we did a show. We could say we did a show. Please tell us who you have to quarantine with.
All
for 2
right.
weeks.
I mean, I like the fact that everyone that we've all gotten in this are actual humans. They're not supernatural in any way. But man, like, first off, I got Jigsaw from the fucking Saw movies. I fucking hate these movies, and not because they're bad. It's just I can't handle them. Like I've seen the first one.
The first one's really good.
The first one's really good. The second one's still pretty good.
And then they get all torture porny, and it's not
Well,
fun
they just
anymore.
get more and more crazy gory, kind of like how Final Destination gets like more ridiculous every single one.
Yeah.
I remember trying to watch the third one, and I think I only got like 30 minutes into it. I was like, "Fuck this! I can't watch this," because I just get so uncomfortable of being like the hypothetical around that situation. Like in the second one, when that girl jumps
In the needle
into
pit.
the fucking needle pit to get the key,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, and she comes out, she has needles all over, and they're all used needles. So I'm just like, no, I don't want to be in a situation where something clamps my head or I have to jump in a pit of needles.
Oh, you don't want to be in a reverse bear trap?
No,
So
I
you
do not. But nonetheless, with Jigsaw, I think it really would depend on the scenario. If I'm quarantined at his place, I'm fucked. Because he's got so many traps already set up, and he's always thinking and like planning ahead. It has like a backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan, and like his house would be fucking scary to be in. I would literally have to sit in one spot that I'd thoroughly investigated, right, for said traps and
By the
and,
fridge.
and all these things. But if we were quarantined in neutral territory where he doesn't have time to plan these things out. But the thing is, he's a fucking weirdo mastermind, so he probably had like hypothesized that this could potentially happen and had probably set traps. So I'm fucked. So I'm like kind of like
Got a
fucked.
suitcase full of traps.
Like I'm fucked either way, right? Like somehow I'm gonna end up like handcuffed to something and have to saw my hand off or something like that. But maybe I could cauterize it so I don't bleed out, and I'm
Silver
gonna
lining.
be okay. But
Silver
also,
lining.
it also depends on which state he's in. Is he like where like his stage 4 cancer is completely taken over his body, so he's weakened? So if he does come at me, I can easily take him down, kind of thing, right? So all in all, I don't like this choice. I don't want to see the creepy pig mask or the creepy little like puppet doll thing with like the weird like.
How does it pedal a bike?
I don't know. It's beyond the physics that we know in this world. It's like some kind of quantum computing fucking thing, right? But yeah, like I mean, there's no fucking way that I'm gonna fucking survive that shit. He's a fucking crazy mastermind psycho, unless the cancer takes him first.
Oh.
Which I
And,
think there's a good chance could happen.
Especially if you've been in contact with someone who has COVID, there's a chance he has COVID, and that could make it so much worse for him.
He's immunocompromised.
Yeah.
He is, but maybe the cancer is more powerful than the COVID.
Probably.
Do we have a cross-reference peer-reviewed study on that?
Yes.
Next week.
Next week.
And
Excellent,
Jimmy won't
excellent,
remember.
Excellent.
It'll be in 2 weeks.
I think you missed the mark on this one, man. I honestly think you like neutral territory. I get that if you're shacked up with him, yeah, it's just one giant like
Tough.
King Tut booby trapped pyramid.
It's probably another guy. in there.
Why is it a king? Well, first off, King Tut was found in the Valley of the Kings, which is hundreds of miles south of the Giza Plateau.
The more you know.
Thanks, textbooks. So
The mitochondria is the powerhouse.
yes, I know.
It makes
DNA,
ATP.
But like, no, you honestly were shacking up with an engineer for 2 weeks. Like you could apprentice under him, man. Like he knows how to make something out of nothing.
This is what I was
Well,
going to say as well.
but he's a civil engineer. You know,
No, he's not. He's a dick.
Hey.
I feel like he'd be like, flashing his pinky ring the whole time. And actually, I would probably end up killing him after about 3 days of that because he'd be like, because I'm an engineer. And then I would just end his life.
Yeah, I mean,
So does that mean I win?
I think
is that how you win? Did I break it? Is that high score?
I think
What's
you had
that
a
score mean?
very good point with the cancer, hopefully taking him first. But I'll say what I said to Martin. I think your best option is to just become pig face and work for him.
Yeah, seriously. Be bitch face. Bitch face, pig face.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you're getting out. Like, and I mean, at the heart of all of these, we're being like the inspiration came from actually the movie Misery, because we were like, where is this coming from? And me and Martin were like, oh yeah, that's like the worst roommate
It's a movie.
situation to ever be in. So then we thought, well, how do we do
What,
it?
to have somebody break your legs with a sledgehammer?
Yeah, well, be trapped essentially.
In the
with
book,
somebody.
she cuts them off with an axe.
I know.
think.
Yeah.
Docking or locking or whatever the fuck they did in the movie was
They weren't
Child's play.
docking.
The
no,
penguin,
not okay. Not
Talking, like, what the
the
They
penguin
weren't
in the parlor
docking.
always faced west.
James Caan didn't dock in that movie.
He wanted to.
Hang
though.
on.
He definitely
Hang
had that
on.
look.
Yeah,
What?
he was like Kathy Bates.
I would dock you.
But it's something that they did to his feet. Anyways, the point of what I'm saying is that we all really have more of a survival situation at hand than like an enjoyable 2 weeks. Like we thought about this from a roommate perspective, how much fun it would be, but no matter how you flush this out, you're trying to save your life from some sort of impending meal, stabbing, cross-dressing, weird shower shit, or a giant pig head.
Well, imagine this, Mike. Imagine that wherever you're shacked down with Hannibal Lecter, there's no food.
Yeah, no, that's not an option. No, that's no.
Your food.
Yeah.
Well, there's no other people. You're isolating his food.
Yeah, your food.
Oh yeah,
food,
perfect.
Well, yeah, because I don't think
Yeah,
Meals on
I already
Wheels.
went. It's not my turn anymore.
Meals on
Do you like how
Wheels.
we always?
no, I'm done. I'm done.
Meals on Wheels does not
Meals
deliver
on
pizza.
wheels.
We're eviscerating Rob's. Wait, he already did it for himself.
Yeah. No, let me fuck it up on my own, guys.
Fun week.
Martin, anything you want to object to Rob here, or do you think he's got a standing hope in
In
hell?
order to survive, like I wanted to see more of what activities you guys would do together during isolation, because we've all done things in isolation, like or bought things, or like there's certain things you do during isolation and buy things. Like I wanted to see more of that with the argument, but I think you're right in the way that if you want to survive, you have to like Cobra Kai him, like strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
Well, especially if it was a
Just gotta hit
studio
him
apartment.
Fucking face. As soon as you see him, just punch him in the face.
That'd
he goes
probably be
down,
enough to kill him.
tie
Yeah.
him up, and you're good. Yeah, you're good. That's how
Yeah.
you survive.
He's sneaky though, because he literally laid for an entire movie on that bathroom floor,
Yeah.
pretending to be a dead guy.
So you'd hit him, think he's dead, and then he'd just get up like an hour later and fuck with you.
He's kind of like a huffer. You hit him with a shovel and they still get up.
Yep.
But you know what though? We did
Gotta
like
do the double tap, my friends. The double tap.
as
But where do I get a gun in this situation?
yeah, you're gonna get someone to bring a gun.
I
to
Use
you.
your foot twice. Use your foot twice in the head.
Even though the randomizer randomized.
Michael's doing quotes.
I'm doing air quotes. I swear it randomized. Just I may have randomized a couple of them a few times. Tee-hee. Here's my ring. But what ended up happening was Martin, classic horror, classic Hitchcock, right? Scream, Wes Craven, Hannibal Lecter, Oscar-winning movie, Saw, one of the biggest reasons the horror genre got rebooted. These are all in their own right. Like Saw 2 through 9 is torture porn, but Saw 1, anybody sitting in that movie theater was like, what the fuck did I just see?
Yeah.
I've told this story before. I was in a movie.
Matthew Modine was in it, man.
Matthew.
What's not to like?
I mean, everything after Full Metal Jacket, but that's just thank you.
Oh no, it wasn't Matthew Modine, was it?
No, it was
No,
Carrie Elwes.
it was Carrie.
That's another point.
That's the
I always mix those two guys up.
Michael
Carrie
back
Ellis
to
is
back.
dope, man. You
Carrie
can't talk
Ellis
shit
is
about
dope.
Carrie Ellis.
No, but what I'm saying is I was in a theater and some guy jumped out and was like, I fucking knew it. I'm like, nobody knew that was happening. Nobody knew that Jigsaw was in the room the entire time. Shut the fuck up. The only people who knew it was Jigsaw, Carrie Elwes, and everybody on set that day. And they probably kept it in the script as a red page with nothing on it until the last day of shooting.
You know what? Honestly, you asked about activities. I would have a lot of puzzles.
That's nice. I bet he'd really like that.
With one piece missing in all of it.
Rubik's
I see you,
cubes.
Jigsaw. I see you.
That's a good answer.
I would be ordering in a lot of those. We would cook together. There'd be a lot of
Humans.
cooking. Humans.
I would be ordering a lot of skip the dishes to eat the skip the dishes delivery man.
yeah. Every time I'd have a skip the dishes delivery driver brought over, and
Will
then
you
we'd
mix
chop
it
him
up?
up.
Will you mix it up? Well, over those, you really would only need 3 of them. So one time you order Uber Eats.
Yep.
One time you order Skip.
Yep.
And one time you order DoorDash. You're good to go.
Do you hear that, everybody out there in Winnipeg who delivers food? If you come to my house, you might not leave.
Aren't we ordering pizza after this?
Yeah,
On-air threat
Lovely.
Oh,
to the
shit.
service industry. Oh my gosh.
Like they're not already going through enough. Shout out to everybody who can't work past 10 in the service industry. It sucks, but your sacrifice is appreciated. I know it doesn't seem like that from the government, but everybody here loves going out for a beer, so shout out to all you people.
I
Wanna
prefer McFlurries.
Lovely.
McDonald's, the dessert
God, I
restaurant.
feel like Gal Gadot right now, trying to do a nice thing and it just flops.
Gargamel?
Gargamel?
Gargamel. What was his main plan? Like, did he want to turn the Smurfs to gold, or did he want to eat them?
I thought eat them.
I can't remember. All I remember is they're 3 apples tall.
Points-wise this week, Rob and Mike tied with 2. I had 1, and Martin had 0.
Oh,
0.
that's okay. He's got Norman
I still
Bates.
don't know how to get points for that. How do you get points for that?
Nobody knows.
I think
No
you
idea.
should. I think. I
just
think.
started playing the game one day.
I think Martin deserves a point for his flexibility.
Yeah, okay. And his pants,
All
his
right,
leg
Martin gets
warmers.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Leg
Martin
warmers
has
slash
He should actually get a
flexibility.
point and a half for actually wearing pants.
Then
Okay.
I get a
Yeah,
point.
Saturday is not a-
We all get a point.
I want points.
All right, so the best part about today's vote is
You
we
had to
can
walk through the
actually-
public to get here today, though. And it was -10 this morning.
Yeah, Martin hasn't left his house. He should be the only one without pants on.
Pants are kind of required.
They're coming off after this episode.
All right, so the cool thing about today's vote is that we can actually see Martin's vote, so it's not some weird fucking text in shit.
Oh, shoot. I
'cause,
forgot we have to vote.
Yeah, we got to do
Oh.
that thing. So, Martin, do you have a piece of paper and a pen in front of you that you can just hold up?
No, I
so
don't.
that-
I'm just
no?
gonna text it to you. Next time I'll do it.
Oh, well, just
Boo.
No, no, no,
Boo.
no,
You know,
no.
I'll get one. I'll
No,
get
no,
one.
no.
Go get
on,
one.
on your phone, go
He's
go
gone.
to basically draw something on your phone.
Oh, okay, one sec. I have to find that.
Do you have like an old man wallet phone holder?
It's just
like, does
Yeah,
it clip
it
on
is.
your belt loop?
Yeah. Does it have all your credit cards in there?
no, I don't keep anything in here. But yes, it is an old man. I got my
Let
phone
me
all
pull
the
out
time,
my
dudes.
PC Optimum points card. Do you have an Air Miles card, sir? Yes, I do.
Let me dig for it.
Let me pull out my George Costanza wallet.
Chiropractic's wet dream.
I've kept every receipt I've ever had.
I just laugh. I laugh at people that have these giant wallets, and I'm like, why do you have these giant wallets? For all my points cards. And I'm like, there's a fucking 16 different apps
just
that are
get an app.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've-
all of my cards, I just need like 3 or 4 more dabs, and I get free subs. So I can't not throw those away.
Yeah, he's get his reward.
Like Subway stamps. They
Oh,
still
yeah.
do that.
No.
I'm good to go.
I was gonna say.
Nowhere.
I was like,
does.
wasn't that back when Subway cut the bread they didn't cut it right across. They cut like the little channel inside, like the
Yeah.
trench.
Yeah.
Fuck, I miss those days.
So do I.
Subway was so much better back then.
Mr. Sub.
When
That's
the
when the
bread-
bread was actually bread.
bread was bread.
Remember when the bread was bread, guys? Oh shit. Okay, Martin, you got your choice written down there, buddy?
Yep.
All right.
wait, I need to write mine.
All right. Do 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 do. Late to the party every fucking time.
He's not writing anything.
Oh. I'm too trusting. I looked away. What do you? It's not War and Peace. Oh.
Oh, do I have to write this in Russian?
You have to write it in essay form.
Yeah. In Latin, backwards, forwards. Okay. I'm ready. Jimmy ready? Martin ready?
Yeah.
All right. On the count of 3, everybody, turn around. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
Oh my God! Did I win? I win. So we got Jimmy.
Mike won.
Jimmy with
How
Mike.
did you vote for him? How did you vote for him?
My show, my win.
I felt sorry for him.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
to be honest, I thought I was going to win, so I just thought it was a formality.
I
voted for
purposely ruined my own argument so Mike could win.
Oh. Is it
Yeah,
no,
me too.
no, Jigsaw's fucked up, man.
Does it make a wish day? Did I send an email?
We
and
almost had a
wish
4-way
granted?
tie.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago we did.
Yeah, last week was almost like the Dutch rudder of debates.
Yeah.
Yep.
You grabbed my arm.
We
I
all
grabbed
got
your
each
arm.
other there.
And if
Yeah.
you don't know what that is, Google it.
Yeah. Google it. Watch it. Watch something. Go into
And then
YouTube.
afterwards, Google a rusty trombone.
And also watch Zach and Miri make a porno. That's a good movie.
I want to watch that again.
That's good.
It is. It's such an underrated Kevin Smith
It's
flick.
fun. Justin Long's character is really funny in it.
Oh, yes.
He's only in like the
he's
first bit of the
hilarious.
movie, but he's really funny.
But he's also in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Shut your mouth before I fuck it.
That's the best line in the movie.
Movie?
Oh, good Lord. Anyways, yeah, so this whole debate was sponsored, inspired by, like I said, Misery. So I just wanted to go.
This debate was sponsored by Misery,
Sponsored
though.
by Misery, yes. Sponsored by
The
brought to
last
you
7 months of our lives. Thank you, 2020.
Brought to you by Suffering.
Don't leave home without it. So I just wanted to go a quick once around the room before we get out of here and go, Martin, what do you think of Misery as a movie? Is it one of your-
What?
I just want to get everybody's opinion on it.
I liked it. It's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. It's a thrill ride.
It's just like it's one of those things where it's like, I hope that never happens to me. It's something that could happen. You never know, but it's rare. But it seems like something that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Okay. Jimmy, do you like Misery?
Yeah.
Misery.
Misery likes company.
Yeah.
Are there people that
Isn't there a song
don't
called
like it?
Misery? Misery is what
Yeah.
I feel when you're not around. Oh, yeah, that was a song.
You know, if you sing that into Google search, it'll now tell you if it's a song or not.
Really?
Wow. The world we
wow.
live in.
$20.99.
Who knew?
$20.99.
Party like it's.
20.
All right, fuck this. I thought it'd be fun to talk about the movie. But
I want to
clearly-
talk about the movie. We
You
can
wanna
get to
talk-
me
Okay,
yet.
Rob, do you like
like
Misery?
It has inspired me to write the great American novel
I'm a big
and to have a collection of porcelain animals, specifically penguins.
I'm just a big fan of Kathy Bates' Crazy. Like we
did a
just
great
watched American.
Did she win an Oscar for that?
I don't know.
Or she was nominated.
I think she might have been nominated, but she just can, like, she looks like
Like a crazy.
like a crazy, but like Rat Race, where she plays the crazy squirrel lady. She's in like 5 of whatever amount of American Horror Story seasons. Like she's really good.
she's
in those.
she's
in Coven.
good in those. Yeah.
She's in Freak Show as the bearded lady. Like I think without Kathy Bates, you could cast anybody in.
She was in the movie About Schmidt.
Yes, she was. And yes,
You see her butt.
You see her butt. Yeah.
Whoa.
There was a hot tub scene. Have you seen About Schmidt, Jimmy?
No.
But he's going to now.
Guys, I gotta go home. I can't stay for pizza.
He's like, let me go to Mr. Skin's website.
More like a butt.
I wanted to
Schmidt.
ask you guys, who do you think, since we're on the Kathy Bates thing, if there was a remake today, who do you think could play Kathy Bates' character in the Misery remake?
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, this
That's
conversation
probably the only answer.
That's one of those one and done. Melissa McCarthy.
I was
yeah.
gonna go Judy Greer.
Judy Greer.
Dame Judi Dench.
Dame Judy
You don't
Judy
think she's
Greer.
too old though?
No, Judy Greer, not Judy Dench. Judy Greer's from Archer. She plays. She was also in Jurassic Park. She was.
Oh, yeah.
She's a redhead.
Oh.
She plays Carol in Archer, and she just like that personality she plays. I think that would be great for Misery.
Yeah, she was the mother in Jurassic World, was she not? Judy Greer.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. I know who you're talking.
Or
about.
Kristen Shaw. Kristen Shaw would also be a good kind of.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the blonde girl, Australian girl that's in Pitch Perfect?
Rebel Wilson?
Yeah, I want Rebel
Rebel-
Wilson.
That's
to
a
play.
good one.
She's so good.
We're all
in,
just picking comedic actors.
she's so good in Bridesmaids.
I was watching it this morning.
This guy would give me she gets that tattoo.
That's exactly the scene I saw. And then Wig's like, "Go, you should put some peas on that." And then she just starts dumping the peas out of the bag onto her scabby infected tattoo.
It looks like Mike is jerking off.
That's a big
On
one.
the screen.
That's how he dumps peas.
Yeah, that's Rob, you okay over there?
Which tattoo did you like better? Did you like her tattoo in that movie, or did you like the crazy snake tattoo in Westworld?
Oh, the crazy snake tattoo in Westworld by
I disagree.
far.
The other one's much better.
What
Ben
It had loose peas on it,
What about Ben Affleck's back tattoo?
It's like his actual back
like
tattoo?
his real one.
Have you guys seen this?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a jailhouse tat. I could be wrong.
It's like he was going for a Yakuza jailhouse style.
Why do you think he did that?
I think
'Cause
J-Lo
he's a
had something to do
drunk.
with that. Have you seen it? Him and Matt Damon were they're trying to raise money for something.
I think it might have been like in between where things were bad for him.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably. You don't make decisions like that with a clear.
It was
head.
after reindeer games.
It was after Bounce.
It was a post reindeer games tattoo.
It was the first thing he bought with his check. But no, him and Matt Damon tweeted this week. You can bid to have lunch with them in L.A. So you can fly to L.A. and have lunch with them. But like Ben Affleck has dropped a lot of weight. Like I think rehab has been doing him
Bat
some
weight?
Bat weight, yeah. Like back to
Oh, is he in rehab right now?
I think,
Or was he?
Well, he was like
Okay.
within the last year.
Mhm.
The whole go back to rehab, otherwise you can't see your kids. Jennifer Garner thing was in the tabloids. So, but like he looks like he's going through some sort of crazy diet or something, but he does not look like
He has a degree in Middle Eastern Studies from Harvard.
really.
Who doesn't?
I don't. Anyways,
Or it's Yale or something like that. I think it's Harvard.
either way, it's one of the Big Ten. I'm guessing because it wouldn't be a point of interest if it wasn't.
Isn't the Big Ten a sports thing, not a
It was
Ivy League
Arizona
school?
State.
Is it a
Yeah.
sports thing?
I think Big Ten is like a sports
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, I thought it was just
you-
the Big Ten universities.
No,
That's really
I think there's less than 10 Ivy League schools in the United States.
It's,
Okay.
it's a division for college football.
Oh, okay. So it's nothing to do with like Yale and Stanford
Brown and
Brown. No,
no,
Oh.
no.
And the
Oh.
University of Phoenix Online.
That's a great degree.
Shit. Well, somebody mentioned pizza, and I'm getting fucking starving. So, gentlemen, thank you for letting me win. Although I did it all on my own. But,
It was a complete accident.
no. The only talking beforehand.
I
was,
thought we were voting for who lost the most.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we've cleared that up, I feel
It's like golf.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mike.
I get mixed up with how the scoring is done. It's kind of like when I mixed up Big Ten and Ivy League schools in the United States.
You know, who does that? Seriously, who the fuck doesn't know what that means? Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure debating en masse for you once again. If you want to follow us, you can now follow us at therealdebaters.ca. That is a true fact. We own a domain. So therealdebaters.ca is where the website is. Everything is now moved over to Podiant. It's got a subscription page there. We're moving over the prop shop. The skateboard machine got turned off while we turned off our website from our old site. Should be turned on again, Jimmy.
You can get your
So,
skateboards soon.
Yeah, you can. I'll let everybody know.
How do you
on
spell
that.
Podiance?
Podiant? It's Podiant.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm expecting a call from
And how do you
the
spell real debaters?
real debate. Go fuck yourself. Besides that, everything is as the same. So if you want to follow us on social media, it's the Real Debaters on Twitter, Real Debaters on Instagram. If you'd like to email any one of us here, email us at therealdebaters@gmail.com.
And that's REEL.
Debaters.com. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, our Park Theater stuff is on hold for anybody in Winnipeg right now due to the climbing cases of COVID. So better to be safe than sorry, because we can't do this if one of us gets sick. So that's stopping for the minute. We'll update you when that picks up again. Yeah, new board worked. Good episode. Great to see Martin's face while he's talking. That was a good time. So, good on me.
I was surprised he didn't pick his nose once.
Not one time.
Yeah.
Not one time. We had a tally about how many times he would do that.
Yeah, I had 6. You totally let me
Boom.
down. Can you
I'm
pick
a well-mannered boy.
We were impressed.
Hannibal wouldn't eat you.
You're too clean.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Micheal Petrow. To my left is
Rob Strachan.
in Vancouver,
Norman Bates.
and
Martin Navvaro.
we are gone.